secret of health and longevity. The Hunza people claimed that their secret of health and longevity came from drinking the glacier waters filled with all these silt minerals. They did have one well in the area with clear water, but none of the residents would drink from it. They saved that water for the tourists. So Patrick started his own research into water. He discovered that when putting rubies, quartz crystals, and other gemstones in water, and letting it sit overnight, that it changed the structure of the water and lowered the surface tension. According to Patrick, it has to do with the wetting angle of water. If you put a drop of water on a piece of paraffin and look at it from the side, that drop of water will form a nearly perfect sphere because it cannot penetrate the paraffin. But if you put a drop of water on quartz crystal, it penetrates it 100% and the drop goes flat. It is well known in food science that every food and substance has a certain wetting angle of water. If it is above a certain angle, it cannot wet the food. Ordinary water has a high surface tension, and Hunza water has a lower surface tension, different viscosity, and a slightly different freezing and boiling point. Simply put, this means that Hunza water is wetter, and therefore it penetrates more easily. So why is this important for the human body? The cells in our body have to be fully wetted with water in order to exchange nutrients. First of all, to get rid of toxins generated by their own metabolism, and secondly, to absorb nutrients. If the cells are not wetted, the nutrients cannot penetrate the surface of the cell. Since the cells are covered with protein-lipid membranes, which are fatty acids, and since oil and water do not mix, it's important that the surface tension of water be low enough to allow penetration. Furthermore, Patrick found that the minerals in Hunza water are colloidal. What exactly does colloidal mean? Colloidal means that it is suspended but not dissolved. A cloud, by the way, is a colloidal suspension of water droplets. In that case, the suspension medium is air and water. When the suspension medium is water, the minerals must be small enough and carry a strong enough electrical charge so that they don't coagulate and repel each other. Basically, colloidal minerals are more bioavailable. In fact, it's what the body needs and uses since it has to work really hard to separate the minerals. For example, if you take magnesium chloride in order to get the magnesium, your body has to separate the chloride from the magnesium before it can use the magnesium. Colloid minerals also have a negative electrical charge, which is very important. The higher the negative charge, the more they will suspend in water without dropping out. So they have to be tiny and have a strong charge. Consequently, Patrick realized that the secret of Hunza water was in the tiny colloidal minerals. After analysis, he found that these minerals were mostly silica, the same kind of silica that is found in quartz crystals. Silica is an essential mineral for the human body that helps to produce collagen, the matrix that holds our skin together. Quartz crystal is silica in a crystal form and is different from amorphous silica, which is totally non-crystalline. The same holds true for carbon. There is soft amorphous carbon, and then there are diamonds. Along the way, Patrick had become famous for pyramid power and was a featured speaker all over the world, with television specials and a movie where he spoke in, called Outer Space Connections.
I found out that it was actually present in water from Hunza land, from the glaciers in Hunza land. And it's also present in fresh raw fruits and vegetables. But it doesn't last very long. So I spent all this time trying to figure out how to stabilize it. And I was able to do so and capture it in a special form of silica that I discovered, and that's able to balance the body and restore the cells. And so that's been the main topic of my research for a very long time.